Wow, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy, the Dolo J, back with another episode of the Kicking It Dolo podcast, man. Y'all already know, man. It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute since I did a full length episode, but we had a plethora of sporting games today. We had the Bucks, Knicks, Celtics, and Clippers. We had the Lakers and Thunder, Bengals and Steelers. We had the Bills and Chargers, and I'm also giving my thoughts on Draymond Green's suspension. Make sure if you're on YouTube, make sure you go like, comment, and subscribe. If you're on Spotify, make sure you go follow, leave a 5-star review, or you know what I'm saying, like that episode and download the episode wherever you listen to your podcast, man. But it's been a while. I've been saying I was gonna come back with another episode. I've been thugging it on Spotify with the late night grinds and stuff like that. So I really hope y'all been enjoying them. But I had to bring something back to YouTube. I'm thinking about doing another video later on this week. I know 2 weeks ago I did my favorite point guards 25 and under. I don't know if I'm gonna do my favorite shooting guards 25 and under or just my favorite shooting guards totally in the league. Y'all know how the NBA is, man. So when it comes to the positions thing, it's kind of very shaky because you might have a guy who's really like 6'5", but he's playing like the power forward. So it's real shaky, real shaky. But I'm glad to be back. So, anyways, y'all know what we do and y'all know how we do. So without further ado, let's get into the episode. Hey.
I can see the whole world sitting in my hand, amazing views. We finna break the rules, and we gon' make them too. I can't fall asleep, I gotta stand tall, that's what a leader do. Follow me, I'm leading you. Hey, we finna turn up, crank up the heat in here, they finna burn up. Told them I'm coming, I'm here, tell them they time up. I said it once, I'ma say it again, this will be my year. I ain't gon' show no fear, I know that I'm built to equip for what God want me to do. I'm number one, not the two, it don't know where I'ma lose.
And you know the Knicks kind of made they run in the second quarter as well, like, but also they let the Bucks just get too much momentum. That Dame Giannis pick and roll is something else, man. Like, I don't know how you really stop that, cause you got Dame coming up setting the screen, one of the best shooters in the league. You know what I'm saying? You got Giannis, one of the best slashers in the league, and then a lot of times they had Chris Middleton in that opposite corner. So like when they, you know what I'm saying, they were blitzing a lot of the time. So you know they chose not to give up the three to Dame and to let Giannis, just do his work in the paint. But when they were blitzing and they was doubling, Dame would always find Giannis in that pocket right there by the free throw line. And then you know what I'm saying, like I said, Chris Middleton in that other corner. So now you at Giannis's mercy. You already have an advantage. It's, you know what I'm saying, it's 4-on-3, and you got Giannis as one of the four. Boom, catching it at the free throw line. Now he can either kick it to Middleton in the corner if the defense decides to help, or they're overplaying it, or you know what I'm saying, 1-on-1, depending on who he got, man, he could just go straight to the rim. Or they had Brook Lopez down there too, so Brook Lopez can possibly sometimes be in a darker spot, sometimes he'll be on the 3-point line, depending on what play they running. So you can either have Brook Lopez a kick out three, because Dame usually be either in the middle of the floor or like more on the wing side. So you have Brook Lopez right there in that dunker spot, easy lob, 7-footer to 7-footer lob. And without Mitchell Robinson, it was really hard for the Knicks to really stop anything the Bucks did in the paint. It's already hard for any team to keep the Bucks out of the paint. Like I said, you got Giannis, you got Brook Lopez, Dame can get to the paint. Middleton can get to the paint. Beasley, occasionally one-on-one situation where he gets his guy up in the air and goes around him, but other than that, nah, man, I don't really see Beasley really being like an off the dribble type of guy. At least in my personal opinion. Maybe I'm not too familiar with this game, but what from I've seen from him from his Lakers stint on, he's more of a catch and shoot type of player that can get extremely hot. Now in the first half, he was getting buckets. Now it was really him and Giannis doing most of the damage in the first half, and then in the second half, well, maybe like towards the end of the second quarter, it was more of Dame. Chris Middleton came out there at the beginning of the fourth though and was just getting buckets, hitting his little move and stuff like that. A little double behind the back move he hit, and then that crossover he got, like that hesitation cross he got. I think he got like 2 or 3 people with it. That pull up like 15-footer, or you know what I'm saying, turn around fade, man. Like Chris Middleton got a little bag on him. He's getting back to his form. He was dealing with a lot of knee injuries and stuff like that. So it's real good to see him, starting to get back in his bag and start back, you know what I'm saying, playing well and hooping well. As far as the Knicks are concerned, like I said, no Mitchell Robinson. I think he's out for the season with an ankle injury. Really sad to see. Hopefully, Mitch can come back next season and, be helpful I think he's only maybe like 25, 26. Mitchell Robinson isn't that old. I think he's still a young player. So hopefully he can bounce back and get back to being the type of player that the Knicks need him to be, and the type of player that, a lot of people enjoy watching around the league. Not saying that he's a guy that's going to go out and get a whole bunch of points, but if you're a defensive guy, a guy who likes rebounds, toughness, and stuff like that, Mitchell Robinson is your guy for sure. For sure. But Brunson went off. Like I said, 36.7 assists. It really was just him and Randall. They really didn't have any help. Barrett, we already know how Barrett is. Barrett is extremely, extremely streaky. One game he can go for 20, 25. Next game he'll have like 7. So he really didn't hit his shots today. He got 7 rebounds though, which is pretty good. Randall, in the beginning of the game, it was more, Randall was being extremely aggressive. But he kind of woke up a sleeper giant in Bobby Portis, because it's just like they were getting into it. They was getting a little chippy. And Randall was kind of pointing to his head like, I'm in your head. And you really wasn't in his head, Drew. I ain't even gonna lie to you, my boy. Like, that just pumped Bobby Portis up. Bobby Portis turned into, I don't know who he turned into. Offensive rebounds, defense in general, corner shots. You know what I'm saying? That mid-range game, Bobby Portis, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say he's a 3-level scorer, but he can score from 3 levels, if that makes sense. Like, he's not, I don't think Bobby Portis is like some bona fide shooter. Like, that might be his like his weakness. I wouldn't say necessarily a weakness. Like, out of the 3 levels where he can score from, I think the 3-point line is probably his weakest. Now, when it comes to them offensive rebounds, hustle rebound, putbacks, and that mid-range, that turnaround, he get that going, good luck. And then you already got Dane going, Giannis going, and Middleton going. You're not beating them, bro. You're not beating them boys, bro. Pat Connaughton hit a couple of shots. Campaign hit a couple of shots. So, they play again on Christmas, so it's going to be real interesting to see what Tom Thibodeau does. His teams always play hard, and we already know the type of things that, have been said. Even Beckham is saying, like, Jalen Brunson is not a player that's going to win you a championship. I mean, I can understand where she's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Historically looking at it, it hasn't been a lot of guys who have been of Jalen Brunson's stature and led their team. But also, I think the Knicks need another star. Like, everybody's saying they need another star, which they do, because R.J. Barrett is a decent player. Don't get me wrong. He's not no scrub or anything like that. But I think for the Knicks to get where they want to go, they might have to trade RJ. I don't know if it's a hot take necessarily, but yeah, man, they might have to trade RJ. So let's go into the second NBA game of the day. We're going to go to my Clippers versus the Celtics. Two teams that I really watch and really enjoy watching. As everybody knows, the Clippers are my favorite team, but the Celtics are my second most watched team behind the Clippers. Like, I really like what they got going on, the Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis thing, putting them around Derrick White, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum, Al Horford coming off the bench, Payton Pritchard. So I wouldn't say I'm a fan of the Celtics, but I definitely enjoy watching their games. But my Clippers, we lost our second straight game, 145-108, second straight blowout. No Kawhi with a left hip contusion. Tatum went for 30 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Brown went for 24, 6, and 2. Holiday went for 20.6 rebounds, 7 assists. Derrick White went for 18, 3, and 3. PG 21, 3, and 2. Zubac 16 and 10. Harden 14, 4, and 9. And Daniel Tice had 15 points off the bench. We were never really in this game like that, bro. We was never really in this game. I'm just going ahead and keep it 100 with you. It's just like, bro, once the Celtics got going, they got going, and it was nothing. It was a barrage. White was hitting shots. Holiday was hitting shots. Brown was hitting shots. Like, we already know Tatum was hitting shots. Like, we were turning the ball over. We couldn't get in the flow. By the time we started scoring consistently, man, the game was really out of reach, man. I really just don't have too much to say about this game in particular. But the Celtics, they go on and play the Lakers, who on Christmas Day, who just won. They snapped their 4-game losing streak. So it's going to be real interesting to see, how Jason Tatum ankle looked. Now, it looked good this game, getting to the rim, exploding, hitting his shots. But the Lakers, man, they hungry, They fell down in the standings. I believe they're either 8th or 9th in the Western Conference currently. given the fact that they did just beat Oklahoma City tonight. I'm gonna talk about that game right after this one, but that's gonna be a good matchup. Christmas Day, we got a heck of a slate of games, man. Heck of a slate of games, football and basketball. I don't even know what I'm gonna choose to, cover for y'all, man. But I'm gonna do my best. But that Celtics and Lakers matchup for sure is definitely gonna be one I'm turning into. Now, as far as the Clippers concerned, we started off the month 9-0. Last two games without Kawhi Leonard, we ended up losing, both being blowout losses. I'm really not liking how we looking. I'm really not liking the chemistry. I'm really not liking a lot of stuff about the team. Like, we need Kawhi back. Like, it's just like without Kawhi, it's just like we get lackadaisical, bro. When we really should, in my opinion, turn it up more when Kawhi not there, because that's a star player you don't have. That's you know what I'm saying? You can't sag that much. But I don't know. I guess everybody's roles with Kawhi out haven't been defined yet. I can understand that because Kawhi, this is the second game he's missed. So basically every game this season Kawhi has played. So you have a player, defensive player of the year, finals MVP caliber player. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard for any team to, not necessarily replace it, but, collectively get the production out the rest of their guys to make up for that player not playing, if that makes sense. Being the long-winded answer of saying that, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Hopefully he can come back soon. Hopefully this ain't nothing where he misses an extended period of time. He just got to the point where he played the most consecutive games since like 2016, 2017. I think it was 21, 22. He played like the first 21, 22, maybe 23 games of the season, man. Paul missed a little 2 games with the little groin injury and the little shoulder being sick, whichever you want to call it. But at the same time, we were still able to pick up some decent wins. I still like how the team looked, even when Paul wasn't on the floor. I think Kawhi is our de facto, he's definitely the closer for sure. I don't know if he's necessarily the number one option, but Kawhi's the guy. And I was telling my homeboy this when I was on the phone with him earlier, that Kawhi's the guy who makes the play that calms the team down. Russ is probably the guy who makes the play that pumps the team up. But when the team needs to settle down, and we need that calming factor, and we need a bucket just to get ourselves back together, that's Kawhi. Or we need a defensive stop, a block, a steal, you know what I'm saying? An altered shot or something like that. Kawhi is that guy. So like I said, 2 games without him, 2 blowout losses. Hopefully he can come back soon. If not, hopefully we can still pick up some wins. Because currently we was 4th in the West before this game. So I don't know if we drop down to 5th. I know we're in the area with the Kings and the Mavericks and stuff like that. So let's get on to the third game. The Lakers and the Thunder, man. Old man Bron, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers was on a 4-game losing streak. They ended up snapping it tonight with a 129-120 victory at OKC. Bron, 40 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 for 5 from 3, 15 points in the fourth quarter. The last 11 points for the Lakers, man. Anthony Davis, 26 points, 11 rebounds. Rui Hachimura leading the way off the bench, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Shea doing what Shea does, 34 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. J-Dub, Jalen Williams from Santa Clara, 28.6 rebounds, 3 assists. Chet, with a nice little double-double, 19 and 10, 3 blocks. This game right here, I literally just got done watching this game maybe like 20, 30 minutes ago. And, the score was close, but, from like the second quarter on, I want to say, it's just like the Lakers just like turned it up on the Thunder for real. Like, it was close in the first quarter. Shea was doing his thing, Brown was doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? I like what the Lakers did, switching the lineup up. Darvin Ham has shown us that, throughout the season, he'll play with different lineups and stuff like that. Moving D'Angelo Russell basically to the bench, so have him and Austin Reeves coming off the bench for more defense. So now they had Bron at the point, basically Torian Prince, Jaren Vanderbilt, Cam Reddish, and Anthony Davis. I like that. That's a real defensive lineup right there. Just them 3 in the middle. Just them, them 4 names right there. Reddish, Prince, Vanderbilt, Davis. That's a heck of a lot of defense. That's long arms right there. I really like that. With Bron at the point, you got Reddish and Prince who can knock down shots. Vanderbilt, It's good for defense. You got AD, who's a good two-way center, like, and really supposed to be the best player on the team. I don't know why he just won't take it over. I think he's just so used to Bron, like, being the best. I think he's slowly getting into that role, because when he came, I wouldn't even say he was like a complimentary piece to LeBron, but like, LeBron just, I think it's similar to the Kyrie thing. Like, LeBron's like, all right, if I play with him, I got a chance to win a chip. I got a chance to win the chip year in and year out. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to score 50, you know what I'm saying, to win. But unlike what he had with Kyrie, this guy can also help me out on the defensive end, deter shots, block shots. He can even get steals. He can grab boards. AD can play make a little bit, you know what I'm saying? He can, catch the ball, make the right pass. And he, 7 feet tall, basically. So, I really like that, though. I really like that. I like Rui coming off the bench. I also like the Austin Reeves thing off the bench. Them two with Jackson Hayes, or you can switch Jackson Hayes out with Christian Wood. And now moving D'Angelo Russell to the bench. Now you have two playmakers that come off the bench who can, guys that can hit shots, create for others, and, also create for themselves. So, them three going against any bench unit in the league, really can do some damage depending on, whether or not they got it going. Tonight, it was Rui's night. He had it going with 21 points. We already know what Rui can do. Aggressive, always looking to, put the ball in the hoop, can pass a little bit. But, mainly looking to, he's like a Bobby Portis type. Like, he looking to put that ball in that rim, and he looking to go get them rebounds. That's what Rui trying to do. He hit him with a little step back between the legs, gent. I was like, oh, Lord, Rui in his bag tonight. Rocking the black mask. You know what I'm saying? Black mask Rui. Y'all go ahead and comment down black mask Rui if you made it this far in the episode. But, crazy game. The Thunder ended up pulling it close towards the end of the game, but the third quarter was really when the Lakers busted the game open. Ended up going by 26. They ended up cutting it down to like 16 and towards the end of the quarter. Then, they shot the lead right back up to about maybe 17, 18, possibly like 19 in the fourth. And then, the Thunder over time, like, they started cutting it down to 10 and like 8. But like I said, that man wearing number 23, that 38-year-old, that guy who's in year 21, decided like, nah, I got this. I'm going to score 15 points. I already scored 25 points. I'm going to go ahead and score 15. I'm going to go ahead and score 15 in the fourth. And I'm going to score the last 11 points just to, help seal the game away. And I'm going to go 5 for 5 from the three-point line. Like, LeBron James going 5 for 5 from the three-point line, bro. You're not beating him, bro. Like I said, AD had his 26 and Rui had his 21. Chet did good. He's been struggling from the three-point line lately. Like, early in the season, Chet was hitting his threes. I think Chet was probably shooting anywhere from like 30, 35% to maybe even close to 40. But lately, he's just been struggling. I think this game he went, I want to say he knocked down 1 3, but it was like he went like 1 for 6. I know he went 0 for 5. He missed his first 5 threes. So, like, that's very difficult, bro. Like, that's very difficult. But the Thunder are a good young team, man. I'm really starting to enjoy watching the Thunder. I think I'm going to start tuning into more of their games because, like, they got everything. And this is what I was debating with my homeboy earlier about as well. Like, look, the Thunder, they just young and they need the experience. But they got the star player. They got the playmaker. They got the defensive stopper. They got the rim protection. And they got the Swiss Army knife. You know what I'm saying? Shea, Josh Giddey, J-Dub, Chet, and Lou Dort. You know what I'm saying? So they got everything. I know I didn't name everything what they do, but they got 5 players. Then they got Isaiah Joe off the bench. I really like his game. Is it Carson Wallace? Young backup guard, the rookie. I really like his game too. He can play make a little bit. He can shoot the 3. Like I said, Isaiah Joe is just a straight up marksman. Like, but he can get a little, a little dribbly with it now. Don't get it confused. He can hit you with a little bam bam, you know what I'm saying? Get his shot off, or bam bam, get to the rim, or bam bam, you know what I'm saying? Dish off. Then they still got the other Jalen Williams coming off the bench. So, like, the Thunder, man, they're just young and need some experience. But I think within the next 5 years, bro, the Thunder are going to be somebody to, deal with. And they still got a heck of a ton of picks, bro. Like, you don't understand that They're the second place team in the West right now. They're the second seed. They're the second best defense in the NBA. I don't think nobody on their team like is really even over the age of 25, and they have a plethora of picks, bro. Like, this is a dangerous team, bro. This is a dangerous team, bro. This is a team I'm definitely gonna start tuning into more often. I'm really starting to, I ain't gonna say I fell in love with Shea game yet, but I'm getting there though. Like, bro, it's just, it reminds me of old school basketball, like early 2000s basketball. Like, yeah, I might hit a three, I might shoot a three every now and again. Like, the game against, I want to say the Clippers, that's the most threes I ever seen Shea shoot. I think he shot like 5 or 6 threes. Like, Shea doesn't shoot that many threes. Like, he's gonna go get to his spot, give you a little bump, or give you some type of fake, or you know what I'm saying, get you off balance, step back, cash, or he gonna get to the rim, dunk on you, lay the ball up, and one. He gonna get to that free throw line. He gonna draw fouls, and he grab rebounds, and he can still dish the ball. Don't get me wrong, he can still, you know what I'm saying. I ain't saying Magic Johnson type, but he can dish, and then he can still, long arms. Think Shea about what 6'6", block your shot, and I can rip you like, and he can play passing lanes. Like, what more do you want from your star player than that? And I'm averaging 30. I'm averaging 30 for the second season in a row, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, Shea is that guy. Shea is that guy for real. But like I said, I'm definitely gonna start tuning into more Thunder games, man. Now let's get to the NFL portion of things. Bengals and Steelers. The Bengals, boy. No Jamar Chase, no Joe Burrow. They got smacked 31-11. Mason Rudolph 17-27, 290, 2 touchdowns. Najee Harris, man, 19 carries, 78 yards and a touchdown. Pickett's on his Randy Moss-ish for sure. 4 receptions, 195 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jake Browning, he went 28 of 42 for 335, 1 touchdown, 3. Uno, dos, tres, 3 interceptions. Joe Mixon, subpar game in my opinion. 11 carries, 43 yards. T. Higgins, 5 receptions for 140 yards and a touchdown. This game wasn't competitive, bro. I'm going to just go ahead and kick it to you real. Like, this game was not competitive. The Steelers had put up like 24 points before halftime. Now, you just think about how the Steelers been these last, 5-6 seasons. The Steelers had 24 points before halftime. Most of their games this season, they haven't even scored 24 points. I think when they had the most yards they had in like the last 3-4 years, 3-4 seasons, they still didn't have 24 points. They put up 20. They had 24 points at halftime, bro. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what they was doing during the week, but whatever they need to do. I mean, of course, being a Bills fan, I kind of like need them to start playing how they were playing, just so my team can make it. You feel me? But like at the same time, it's like, bruh, where was this all season? And I know a couple of Steelers fans. Like, I know about good 4 or 5 of them. About good 4 or 5 Steelers fans, bruh, and they just say the offense is just trash, and rightfully so. I can understand why they would take the defenses up there entirely too much. It's impossible for them to move the ball. They got guys they can get the ball to. They got Harris, they got Pickens, they got Johnson. It's just they need guys that can get them the ball, and they need guys to block so the quarterback can get them the ball. But Mason Rudolph in this game, bro, he was like, I mean, I already know the system. You just got, plug and play, and he was good to go. Can he sustain that for the rest of the season? Who knows? I don't know when Kenny Pickett is coming back, but I also don't know if Kenny Pickett is that guy per se. You know what I'm saying? This is technically his second season in the league, so it's kind of really early to determine whether or not he's that guy or not. But at the same time, you need to get him an offensive line to block for him so you can really see if he's that guy or not, because it seems like every week, every other week, or every time he comes back, he probably lasts like 2 games, and then he get hurt again because you don't block for the man. Like, you don't block for him. But yeah, the Bengals on the road at Pittsburgh. No Joe Burrow, no Jamar Chase. Definitely an extremely hard game. for them. Higgins showed up. Browning, who had been playing well over the last 3 weeks, I think last 3 weeks he's went over 275 for sure. Like every single week, you know what I'm saying. Last week when they were at home against Minnesota, which was a shootout, T. Higgins made probably the catch of the year for sure. Like I don't know if anybody's topping that catch. The catch alone, then to extend over for the touchdown. Okay, yeah, but you still need your number one receiver, and you still need QB1, man. You still need QB1, especially in a division game where literally it's the Ravens division to lose, and then whoever gets in after that is like up for grabs. Cleveland, I think, holds the fifth spot in the AFC, but like one more team can possibly get in depending on how things shake up. But Cincy, bro. Cincinnati, bro. That was tough. So let's get on to the second NFL game that happened. My Bills were on the road basically and played the Los Angeles Chargers. We end up winning this game 24-22. Josh Allen went 15-21 for 237, one touchdown, one interception. James Cook 20 carries for 70 yards, 2 fumbles. Gabe Davis, he went for 4 receptions, 130 yards. Hold on. Log back into my computer real fast. But yeah, Gabe Davis, he went for 4 receptions, 130 yards, and a touchdown. Easton Stick went 23 of 33 for 215. He also had a rushing touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. Austin Eckler had 15 carries for 65 yards, and Josh Palmer 5 receptions for 47 yards. I expected us to blow the Chargers out, even though we was on the road. Man, this is a game we should just put our foot on their neck and just stomp the boys out, bro. I have no idea what we had going on, bro. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, I really don't know what to tell you. I don't really understand, like, why we couldn't just step on their neck, bro. This game was a lot more closer than what it needed to be. I think the Bills were at 12.5 before the game started. Well, when I checked last night, the Bills were at like 12.5, bro. You know what I'm saying? Basically a 2-touchdown favorite, and we won by 2. Now, a lot of that is attributed to the 3 turnovers that we had. We had a total of Josh threw a pick. Cook had 2 fumbles. We recovered one of them, but we lost the other one. And then Hardy had a fumble, which we lost. So that really just kept the Chargers in it, man. Like, them guys kicked like a bazillion field goals, man. Like a bazillion field. It feel like they kicked like a bazillion field goals, bro. And they was just able to stay in the game, and we just couldn't put the game away. We had 4 punts on the game. You know what I'm saying? That's possessions that we should have put the ball in the end zone. Like, come on, bro. Got to do better. Trying to chase Miami. I think Miami right now is 10-4, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I want to say Miami's either 10-4 or 10-5. No. They're 10-4. Okay, yeah, because they still got to play this week and then 2 more weeks. But we still got an outside shot of winning the division, man. So we gotta play a lot better, especially given the fact that we're gonna play Miami in week 18. Like, can't be slashing, can't be giving the ball away, can't be punting the ball. And then we gotta stop teams too. You can't let teams drive down the field to kick a bazillion field goals and keep themselves in the game, bro. This game could have easily been like 35-7, 42-7. But we just keep making the same mistakes, bro. Giving the ball up, bro. That's our biggest Achilles heel right now is turnovers. Got to stop turning the ball over, bro. Once the playoffs come, bro, we can't give teams who are going to be in the playoffs extra possessions and also take possessions away from ourselves, bro. Now, if we want to get to our ultimate goal to win the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? And I got a red Josh Allen jersey right here. It's right here. Hanging up. I got me a Paul George jersey right here. You can't see it probably, but come on, man. We got to do better, fellas. Got to do better. Especially with Miami at the last game of the season, bro. We got to do better for sure. Now, let's go ahead and talk about I'm going to finally give my comments on the Draymond situation, man. That's going to be the last segment before we close it out. So the NBA is saying Draymond's gonna be out for at least 3 weeks. He has a whole bunch of team and league requirements to meet before he can be reinstated to the league or come back or stuff like that. I think he is still practicing with the team. I don't think he has been practicing with the team, but I think he's able to practice with the team. So I've been holding off on it. I've been seeing a lot of people say stuff about it, and given the fact of the Warriors have really been struggling this season. Clay hasn't been playing the best. Wiggins hasn't been playing his best. Draymond's been up and down. Some games he'll give you 10 points. Maybe 9 rebounds, 9 assists, something like that. And then other games he'll just, he got 7. And it's been one game I think he scored 21. So Draymond's starting to find the confidence back in his shot, but you're constantly getting suspended, so you're not able to find a rhythm, and you're also throwing off the rhythm of the team because the team needs you. And now guys are having to play extra minutes or do a different thing than what they were accustomed to doing, or what they were coming to the season planning on doing. Now also Clay and Wiggins not playing the best, but Clay, I think he's scored at least 20 points in the last 4 or 5 games straight. So Clay's been coming back and rounding back off the form, but you still need that cohesion with him, Draymond, and Curry. You need that. And then you need to see how that fits with Chris Paul, then with Moody, and then Kuminga, and B-Pods. I like B-Pods. I can't say his last name, so I just call him Pods. I like him too. You know what I'm saying? I really like with the Warriors. They got a couple of young guys. They still got, I think GP2 is still injured. I think he's still dealing with a calf. You still got Looney, you know what I'm saying? So, and Moody, so it's not like they don't have a bad team. It's just not the Warriors team that we are accustomed to seeing. There's no more Jordan Poole, so there is not that third extremely dangerous 3-point threat. I think they need to still find that. I do like Kuminga, his two-way ability. I think he just get a little over aggressive at times. So, him with Draymond being out, he's gonna get a lot of play. B-Pause is going to get a lot of play. The young guys, Tracy, Jackson Davis, you know what I'm saying? I like they backup big coming off. Sarge is a decent big who fits what they trying to do. But as far as Draymond within itself, I think the suspension is warranted, bro. Given the fact of how consistently, this is your second suspension this season. They already let you slide with the Jordan Poole thing, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it was talked about in-house, whatever. I wasn't there. I can't really speak on that too much. But, it's a history. You have a repeated history of, striking players. I wouldn't necessarily even, talk about, just getting into refs and yelling at refs and all that other stuff. Cool. I understand that. It happens. So, getting takes that way. But you have a legit history of striking players, Jokic. The Gobert thing, I ain't really too much into it. He just put dude in the headlock. He ain't really do nothing to referee. Ain't he really just cinched it in on him or something like that. He just yoked him up and let him know something though. You feel me? But Steven Adams, I think he hit LeBron in the nuts one time, stumping on Sabonis. You know what I'm saying? You have a history of hitting people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. You got to sit down for a little minute, bro. You got to. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you can come back this season. Hopefully the Warriors can get back to being what the Warriors were. Not necessarily saying that, they're going to be a contender, but just playing Warriors basketball where game in and game out, this is a tough team and this is not going to be an easy win if you do win. So, hopefully everybody say he need help. I don't think he crazy or nothing like that. I don't think it's a mental issue. I don't know what it could be though. What could it be? What y'all think could be wrong with Draymond Green, man? Y'all let me know down in the comments below, man. Me personally, I don't know what it could be, bro. He could. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it was Udonis Haslem saying he only doing that to players he know ain't gonna hit him back. I believe it's a little bit of truth to that because I think when it comes to being competitive in sports, you'll go at a guy who's a dog, but when it comes to fighting and put your hands on somebody, I think if a guy got a history of, all right, bro, don't play with me, Like, you don't try me. Everybody who tried me, you know what I'm saying, they paid the contract. Like, people weren't really trying Ron Artest like that. You feel me? Like, Ron Artest, people weren't trying UD like that, I don't think. Like, players who known for, like, we could squabble anytime. Like, we could squabble for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Players are not, them type of players are not really getting tried in that aspect. Now, a team might try and get them a take and thrown out. I understand that. But as far as, like, putting hands on people, nah, it ain't good, nah. So I understand where UD is coming from on that tidbit. But hopefully Draymond can, you know, get right mentally. I know he gonna stay in shape physically. And hopefully he can just come back and be the guy that the Warriors, you know, be. Now, a lot of teams are saying, a lot of people are saying he's not coming back this season and that the Warriors should trade him. I can understand that too, given the fact of, like, when and if he comes back, what version of Draymond are you getting? So I can understand, like, or I could just understand of them just being tired of it anyway. They don't want to have, you know, the rest of Curry's prime, because Curry's at the tail end of his prime. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that he's on a downward trajectory or anything, but, like, Curry is definitely towards the back half of his prime. He's closer to the back end of his prime than he is to the front end of his prime for sure. So you don't want to waste the last few amazing years left of Steph Curry. So a trade might be warranted. I think they said the Dallas Mavericks were the favorite. I don't know how I would feel about that. How would y'all feel about possibly Draymond with Luka and Kyrie? That could be dangerous. Not the same type of shooting power, but still dangerous nonetheless. So, but it felt good to get one of these episodes out, man. I was real nervous at the beginning. I didn't even have my sound on to start recording, but I got to get back in the flow. I got to get back to bringing out more YouTube content, man. But I'm just grinding right now, bro. Just trying to get me some different equipment so I can make higher quality content for y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying? I understand that maybe the YouTube channel hasn't been taking off as much as I want to, because, you know what I'm saying, I haven't been making higher quality content due to the resources that I have available. But I'm gonna start putting more time in, start putting more videos in, and yeah, man. Hopefully y'all enjoy. But like I said, this has been your boy Dolo J. Like I said, if you're on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Spotify, make sure you follow. Go ahead and pre-download all episodes, man. And if you decide to play it, cool. Leave a 5-star review if you like the episode. And if you want to talk, chat it up. Like I said, be in the comments of YouTube or, you know, Spotify. It's a little question that's being asked after every episode. Basically, do you like the episode? You can also find me wherever you listen to audio podcasts, man. This has been your boy Dolo J. Y'all know what we do, and y'all know how we do. So without further ado, I'll catch y'all next time, man. Peace.